Hello, everybody. NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers. And I'm not. I see a lot of frustration coming on the air, and it's okay. I'm no better than the rest. And I make some stupid comments on the air sometimes and upset people. But what I really want to share is something for all of us to go forward instead of negative and go backward and end up like a sad ham or somebody who has a bad day going instead of trying to make it a good day because they're out in the park. The first thing I'm going to share to the activators is this. We have no control over the propagation. We only have the opportunity to work with whatever propagation is there on whatever band we're working. That's why I try to watch the spotting page to see where the activity is at. That doesn't mean necessarily go there. Go to the upper bands maybe and put a feeler or two out and see what happens. A dead band is one that everybody talks about, but that doesn't mean that it's dead. Just nobody's talking. And until somebody decides to get on there and try, we really don't know if it's dead. It's not dead now a lot of times. There are means of ground waves, things of that nature. But us as activators, we affect a lot of people. Whether we're a positive or we're a negative under stress. We make the reputation a lot of times that many sad hams and nets and things like that absorb real quick. So where I'm going with this is simply, when we're out there, that's me, myself, and I, and anybody else that's an activator, and all of a sudden you have some stations from other countries pouncing in on us. We're on 10 meters. We'll use that as an example. Well, the band changed, propagation changed, the gray line changed. They have a beam. They can't hear you, but they're shooting right over the top of you. And they don't have to be overseas. There's several folks that have some different types of antenna arrays. And on the back side of their arrays in their nets, they don't hear you. And it's no worse than when there's a QRP activation going on. And many strong stations don't hear the QRP stations, so they persist on getting on the frequency. And that's where we come in, each one of us. I know a lot of you ain't going to agree with this, but it's okay. We don't have to be agreeants on everything. It's just a thought process. I seen a friend of mine get a little frustrated tonight, and he has every reason to be, because we run into the same thing all the time. Nets, nets, nets. But let's go back. Some of those nets are running beams, and they got them aimed the other way, or we're on the backside and they don't hear, or they don't care. You and I can be what makes other hams different. If we get angry and ugly like a lot of these people will do on the air, we have not stepped up to being somebody on the positive note, but we've lowered ourselves down to that status. I'm just as guilty of getting angry and upset when I'm working on a frequency. And I know that I have repeatedly, in the length of time as it takes me to try to get it spotted and calling and spotted and calling and spotting and calling and hearing nothing, and then all of a sudden, two things happen. A net comes up or propagation changes. I can't control propagation. And depending on how the net approaches myself, I can't speak for you. I may have a tendency to move right away and or say, hey, look, give me 5 minutes. I'll finish up my run in 5 minutes. And believe me, I'll take every minute of that 5 minutes to do what I say I'm going to do. Don't get angry and become a sad ham as an activator. And everything that I just said can be just as a hunter who's out hunting an activator, trying to support that activator and back that activator up. Propagation affects you the same way as it affects us. May God bless. All I want to do is leave a positive. When I leave, I want you to know I left this world giving a positive out, not a negative. There's plenty of folks that do that all the time. NC4 Excel. North Carolina for extreme lovers. Oh, I'm not. Just the darling old man. I appreciate each and every one of you hunters and activators. May God bless.